Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Stanley. Morning, Stanley. Oh, sorry.
Good morning, Samuel, and good morning, everyone. We are 4 minutes into our time.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi. Can you hear me, Sam?
Good morning, Dr. Francis.
Okay, perfect.
Good morning.
Good. I see we are 5 minutes into time. Just a moment. I think there's an earphone issue on my side. Francis, you can hear me well now? Sorry, I think I had an earphone issue.
I think we can hear you better.
Okay, thank you. Shall we get started? We are 6 minutes into time.
Yes, let's begin.
Okay.
So, thank you everyone for joining today's meeting. Like we said, we are very excited that you've all found time to come in and join. Welcome. Today we'll be launching and training for the Africa Knowledge Hub for Children. This is an exciting endeavor for us because it changes the way we can interact with evidence around
Can you
Africa.
put on your camera? If you can't turn, can you put on your camera?
Perfect. There's a time I couldn't.
Okay. Sorry, for security reasons, only co-hosts and are able to unmute and whatever. Then later on, we'll allow it to be able to unmute. Go ahead.
Perfect. So let me start again. Thank you so much, Sam. Karibu sana, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for agreeing to join this call. We are very excited ourselves as we launch and train for the Africa Knowledge Hub. Africa Knowledge Hub for Children. This is an exciting endeavor for us because, like I was saying, it changes the way we interact with evidence from around the world. So it will be a special session for us, and I hope that will be so for you. We are going to take us through how we can interact with this platform, what are the benefits of us being on this platform, and what are the things that we can get long-term in terms of Africa being able to gather evidence and put it in one place, especially for children. Before I say much, I will invite my boss and colleague, Samuel, to open this up as we continue. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking this time.
Well, Thank you, my colleague Tony, and indeed everyone who's made time to join us. I wouldn't say much. I think you pointed to really what is important. Well, I am privileged to be among the founders of African Institute for Children's Studies, and with about 1.5 decades now of working in the children's space in Africa. I think for me, three things now stand out as very critical to really ensure that the children are prioritized and investment is properly put. One is that we need to have the people who can run this properly. So capacity issues are very, very important. Secondly, that we do need to have finances, resources allocated towards that. But as you all know, resources often follow what is the story, who is telling the story best, and where is the evidence that backs that. Therefore, data is the third thing that is very, very important. But being able to tell our own data or our own story, especially as local organizations, is something that has remained a challenge, because some of the things that we have or some of the data that we have may not fit into a very classic academic papers work that we do have. So how can we harness all that data that we have to be able to tell a powerful story that directs the resources to where it matters most? And that's why in doing this, we are not doing this just as a tool for the African Institute for Children's Studies, but rather as a tool that we can use as local organizations to improve the positioning, our ability to be able to sway the resources to where it matters most. And therefore, we look forward to a partnership. So I look forward to many of us being interested beyond today, and we are open to really even input on how we can improve the platform. But it is really your platform. We hope you can pick the URL, the link with time, and put it in your own websites and make this visible. So I'll not say a lot of things today. It is really a day of one of our co-partners from GOPSI, Dr. Francis Olo. So maybe I'll send it back to studio, like they say, Tony, and the team. You can lead and invite Dr. Francis Olo. But welcome, everyone. We look forward to the partnership on behalf of the board in AICS. We are very, very grateful that you're willing to partner with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sam, for your remarks. At this point, I want to introduce Dr. Olo. Dr. Olo has worked with us the journey. He has very strong experience in developing such websites. Most of this is actually his innovation, and we've just been inputting things here and there to make it work. Karibu sana, Dr. Olo. We look forward to a good session.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so fine, and you can see my screen. So my name is Francis Olo, and I work with the GOPSI team. In the meeting, I'm with my colleague David Kitavi, and we are very happy that the team, the core team, the Children Agenda Forum team, and the Africa Institute for Child Studies team have brought us in to support in this. The instructions that we had, which we were very happy with, was to help come up with a system that can allow partners to organically grow the knowledge, expose this knowledge, and be able to share this knowledge with other partners. And that is what we've been working on, I think, for the last 2 months. And this is the output that we want to share today. The Africa Knowledge Hub for Children. It took a while to speak about even the naming of it. What we are thinking about here is where, not just in Kenya, but partners working with children, working with women, working with society in humanitarian sector, working with different kind of partners and respondents can be able to expose the emerging evidence from the work that they do, can be able to share lessons in terms of blogs, and can also use these as a way of letting the world know what they do. So this platform has different components. What we see here is the homepage that people see when they come to the platform. And in this homepage, we don't just see information about the Africa Knowledge Hub for Children, but immediately we see some statistics. So for example, if you're seeing my screen, you can see what we put here already: 9 emerging evidence, 9 blogs, and the number of partners that have come in. And this is important because it's not the Children Agenda Forum or the African Institute for Child Studies that is building this, but partners are building this information. A brief of this is that with this platform, we intend to have an intelligent knowledge management system that will support local non-governmental organizations, community-based organizations, academic and research institutions to archive their knowledge, to share their knowledge. And in the long run, what we intend to do, because of this pool of knowledge that will be here, is to have artificial intelligence models run on the knowledge that is here to even create more insight. Okay. Hopefully, Anthony, we are together up to that particular point. So
yes,
when you look at
thank you.
When you look at this interface, there are 5 different tabs that are important. The home is where we are now. The emerging evidence, this is the evidence, the knowledge, the lessons that are coming from the work that the partners are doing. Then we have the wiki. And in the wiki, this is a platform where partners can write short blogs and share it with the community. And then we have the statistics, and the statistics tells us, gives us different statistics about this platform. And then at the right, we have become a partner. So the first aspect of what I'm going to do is just to run through these different pages. And then at the next level, we will know who is a partner, how does one become a partner. And then at a third level, then we will look at what can a partner do with this platform. So we are on the home page. We have an introduction. And when you go down, you can see some of the dynamic knowledge and dynamic information that is coming from the partners and coming from this particular sector in terms of the social media posting. You will notice some of the partners may be here, and you'll notice I have Busara, I have AMCA Africa Justice Initiative. So we just scanned through the social media pages and looked at what is interesting and are able to put it up here. So one of the things that we'll also be able to show during this session is how do you put your social media postings on this particular platform. Okay, so that's number one. And then again, who is involved here? Who is involved here? Every time a partner onboards, they onboard with their name, with the logo, and immediately they onboard, their logo becomes part of the profile of partners that are in this particular platform. Okay. We also envision that beyond today, there are people who are going to want to volunteer, either in terms of the technical capacity. There are people who are going to want to donate to various aspects, and there are people who are, and there are partners who are going to onboard so that this platform can be able to grow. Okay. I'll start from the statistics. Once a partner comes to the platform, the partner indicates what thematic area, what is the main thematic area that they are focused on. And if it is child protection, if it is justice, if it is climate, if it is legal affairs, that statistic immediately comes to the platform. Okay. On the homepage, people will see the numbers that have onboarded. But in this particular case, also we show the three top categories and the percentage of partners that are in those categories. The other thing also is when a partner writes a blog and posts it, it is categorized. So we are also able to see the statistics of the kind of blogs that are here. So we are hoping that within a very short time, we will have lots of graphics here so that it is exciting and so that it's a place that partners can come to learn, to share knowledge, to even build networks. And then we also have a map, and the reason why we're having this training is so that very fast we can move to a point where we don't just populate the partners in Kenya, but across Africa and even globally, so that we have a platform that is generic and a platform that is organically growing. Okay. On this particular platform, we also have a way of scanning through or filtering either by country, by the type of partners and stuff. And at this particular point, I just also put so that I can have a dark mode or a light mode based on the preferences of a particular user of the platform. Now, in terms of the emerging evidence, we are looking at these as different partners are doing, apart from the interventions that they do, every so often a partner publishes something that is very structured in the sense that they had this project, these were the aims of the project, this is how they executed the project, and these are the results and the lessons that they're getting from the project. So we provide a platform where a partner can be able to share this kind of platform. And I'll just click on one. When I click on one, we've structured it so that you are able to put your information in a structured way. So you have an introduction, you have the objectives, you have the methods, you have the results, and you have a conclusion. And a reader then is able to very systematically be able to understand what you're talking about. Okay. So, for example, in this case, there's an emerging evidence that was synthesized by the work by Busaro Center for Behavior Economics, and we have profiled it in this particular way so that somebody can easily be able to trace through the work and clearly see how the emerging evidence is emerging from the very systematic work that has been done. And then we also have a wiki, which is where the partners can be able to share very short but very precise information from their work in terms of blogs. Okay, so again, this is well organized. Like this. You can notice that for each blog, there's a category: child protection, child rights, education, health, child rights. At the moment, most of the things that we have here are about child rights and child protection, but we have many categories, and you'll see when we go to the level of onboarding a partner and being able the partner being able to use the platform, you will see that there are different categories that a partner can be able to profile their blog into. And I'll just now try to go to one of the partners. I'll log out here, and I'll sign in as one of the partners with administrative rights. So I'll sign in like that. Okay, so that is what a partner can be able to use. And what we've done here is that a partner will have their own dashboard. A partner will have their own dashboard. That dashboard, it provides an overview. Then it provides the blog that the partner has written. It provides the emerging evidence, and it provides the media postings that have come from the partner. And at some point also, we want to make this very interesting. We have a performance so that for a partner, depending on how a partner is using the platform, they can have a badge that indicates their credibility in terms of this platform and in terms of their productivity within the platform. This is not just that they are posting, but we also want to have this performance so that it depends on the number of clicks, the number of comments that something that they've posted has gained in the platform. So, for example, this is the dashboard for African Institute of Child Studies, and this is the dashboard that this particular partner sees. For example, if they go to the blogs, If they go to the blogs, they can see the blogs that they've put into the platform. They can also see whether the blogs have been approved or otherwise. And also, if they go to emerging evidence, they can also see the emerging evidence that they've been able to approve, the dates when they were published, and if it's not approved, then they can ping the administrator to be able to approve. They can also see a summary of the social media postings that they've been able to put. If they want to remove any, they can be able to remove that. African Institute of Child Studies also have administrative right, and so they have a right on wiki management. At the moment, it's empty because the administrator here has done everything that they ought to do. So every time a blog is written, it comes here, and the administrator can either approve it. The administrator can approve it. If there's an emerging evidence, the administrator can also be able to approve it. So each partner has this kind. Each partner has this kind of dashboard that gives them an indication of what has been posted on the account, and it is based on these postings that then we have. It's based on these postings that then we have the knowledge management system. So that was just a brief to tell us how do we get the information that we have on the knowledge management system. Somebody has to be a partner, and that partner then will have a right to post something from their Twitter pages, to post a blog, to post an emerging evidence. And if it's a partner who has administrative rights, then they also have the rights to be able to approve something or otherwise. The reason why we need that administrative right is because sometimes a partner posts a blog, and there may be one or two clarifications to make it clear. So the administrator is there to just ensure that whatever goes up is something that the partner is happy that it should go up, and also it reinforces the objectives of it reinforces the objectives of the knowledge management system. I think before we go into the practical aspects, I will want to stop here, and then if there are any questions that we can address already, we can address those. And then in the next phase, then we go into the practical parts of how do you onboard, how do you write a blog. Tony, back to you.
Francis, I propose you just run through it, and then we'll have questions at one go. Just continue.
Okay. So thank you. Yeah, so I don't know whether there's a partner who wants to volunteer to be onboarded so that then we go on with that partner. If there's none, then Anthony or Stanley can propose a partner that we've not included, and then I will just show how to do that so that.
I think you can have a partner volunteer.
Yeah. So if there's a partner who wants to volunteer.
Dr. Maybe I'll pick on someone from the Children Agenda Forum. I see Janet Irungu, always very vocal. Janet, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. Thank you so much. I was trying to raise my hand.
So that we onboard the Children Agenda Forum.
No, she has her own outfit, I think so. Go ahead, Janet.
Okay, what's the outfit?
Nafasi yangu Africa.
Okay, is it online?
Yes, it's online.
Okay. Yangu Africa. Okay, so it's this one, right? If you can see my page, I've got it. So the reason I'm just opening it up is because there are a few things that we're going to need here. One, I see there's an email here, and then you have the website, and then you also have the logo.
Yes.
So I'll just save the logo. I'll just save the logo. So it's Nafasi Yangu Africa. It's a JPEG. That's fine. I also have the website, and I have an email address. So that is good enough for me to be able to onboard. So when I come to the platform, it says become a partner. So I'll click on become a partner. You notice it goes to this because I was initially logged in. So I'll just log off from this partnership. And then now I can go to become a partner. And I will start by the email address. So when I go to your website, for example, I have this email address. Oh, it clicked so fast. Your website is very interactive already. So I'll just pick that. It's info@nafasiyanguafrica.or. Yeah, so I'll pick that. So once I've picked that, info@nafasiyanguafrica. So I'll pick that. info@nafasiyangu. I'll just choose a password now. I'll remember it. Okay. For the interest. Okay. So I've chosen that, and I'll continue. What is it? Yeah, there's a symbol here. So I've just chosen the email, info@nafasiyanguafrica.or.ke. I've put the passwords, and it moves me to this. So become a partner. So the first thing that I need to become a partner is that logo. So I choose the logo. I choose the logo. So the logo is added there, and then the website. Where are you located? Nairobi or where?
Nairobi.
Yeah, so in some instances I can zoom in to exactly where you are, but in this case, let me just place it in Nairobi. So I just click on where it ought to be, Nairobi, and then I continue. So I give it a name, Nafasi Yangu Africa. It operates in Kenya. What's the focus area? There is health, education, child protection.
Child protection and safeguarding.
Yeah, so if we choose child protection as the main area, so I've become a partner. So the first thing that we're going to see is already Nafasi Yangu Africa has a dashboard. So in this dashboard, then they can post. So do you have a Twitter page?
No.
Okay.
Not
that's
yet.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine. But you can see Nafasi Yangu Africa already has a dashboard, and that dashboard expects any Twitter, any blogs, any emerging evidence, and then later on how it is performing. But I want to show you one thing. When you go to the main page of this platform now, you will notice that your logo, first, the partners have increased, because now they're 8, they were 7, now they're 8. And if we go to the bottom of it, the logo of Nafasi Yangu Africa is one of the logos that now is part and parcel of the partners of this platform. And Nafasi Yangu Africa, if Nafasi Yangu Africa has a simple blog, then we can write a simple blog. So I think interactively, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and then based on those questions, we'll develop a simple blog and then see how that blog comes up. I can also go to your website and just pick one. Maybe if I see a photo, yeah, so I can choose one of your images here, and we'll just use it to write a blog, right? So
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a question. In terms of education, just go back to the partner. Yeah, in terms of education, what are you do? What does Nafasi Yangu Africa do in terms of education?
In terms of education, it supports guidelines, safeguarding guidelines in schools.
Just up to there. Just up to there.
Okay.
So I'm on your platform, and I want to create a blog. So I click here to create a blog, and it takes me to a very interactive interface where I can create a blog, and I can say Nafasi Yangu safeguards education in schools, as an example. Okay. Then I can say education safeguarding in schools. Okay. The category of these, we can say the category of this is education. And then we can say some tags is education, safeguarding, what other thing? Assuming we have those two tags, and then I can choose the photo that I've just picked from your website now, the photo on education. Okay. And then the next level should take me to an interface where now I can write that story. So you are telling us that nafasi yangu, in nafasi yangu, nafasi yangu is a non-governmental organization.
A social enterprise.
Okay, is a social enterprise that is currently active in the education sector in Kenya. In particular, you see this one we're developing, and at the top there you can see we have some interfaces there, generate with AI, refine with AI. So the long-term goal is when you have this kind of statement, then the AI can help you to develop the blog even better. But in this case, we can just work with you and develop a paragraph that then we can post so that we see how it works. Yeah, so in particular, just tell us now. Yeah, just tell us now what you do in terms of education.
In terms of education, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we do staff training and awareness on recognizing signs of abuse and responding to abuse. We support safe recruitment practices like interviews and background checks. We also support child protection policies, writing policies that the school administration can commit to so that they can safeguard their children. We do trainings and student empowerment for education.
Yeah, so let's use that as an example. Yeah, later on we can work with you to improve it and ensure that it works. When assuming I've typed my work and I'm happy with it, I can publish. Okay. And it will tell me whether it is successfully published. Right now, you see on your page, you can see that, hey, I've published something on education. It is pending approval. Right?
Yes.
So in near real time, you publish something, it is pending approval. So that's how now the main admin comes in. So I've just got out of your site now. The main admin will come in and approve that. So I've just now logged in as admin. I can come to wiki management. And when I come to wiki management and the blogs, I can see nafasi yangu has published a blog, and I can read it. If I'm happy with it, I can approve it. Yeah, don't worry about the state. We at the end of the training we can. So when I come to the platform now in near real time, when somebody goes to the blogs now, you see the blogs have increased to 10, and in real time, that blog has come up, and your blog is now part and parcel of what people see on the knowledge management system. Right? So in that short brief, your organization has become a partner, and your organization has published a blog. So that is one of the ways in which this platform comes in handy. You have a short story that is exciting that the partners should know. You prepare it in terms of a blog, you post it, and in real time, we are providing a platform where whatever you have published goes to the entire network. Okay, and you become a partner, so you'll notice that when we go to our main interface, Our main interface, the partners have increased because we've added Nafasi Yangu. The blogs have increased because we've published one more, and in our statistics also, you notice the statistics have changed a bit because one more partner has come, and that partner is in the child protection thematic area. So this is an integrated system, so that one partner does something and it automatically changes what happens in the system. Okay. Yeah, in terms of emerging evidence, I'll use one example that for example, we got from our partners in the morning. When I go to the emerging evidence, you'll notice that we've structured it. Let me just say I want to write it. So if I click on one as an example, you've noticed that we've structured it so that we have introduction, objectives, the methods, the results, and the conclusion. This is the template that we are using at this particular time. So it means anyone wanting to bring in, any partner wanting to write emerging evidence just has to structure their work in these format. Have an introduction of about 100 words, have objectives, short objectives, have the methods, have the results, and have a conclusion. And also, just what categories, what tags should be used for your particular, emerging evidence. Now, if I come to my to the dashboard here and I click on emerging evidence, again, there's a tab here that tells me write an article. Okay, and that article expects a name. It expects an introduction, the authors, the introduction. So it's structured in this format so that you easily can be able to put your information. So I'll just use one. It may be a repeat of what we have already, but should work out fine. Okay. I should have done this under Busara. I can do this under Busara already because it's one of the partners that we onboarded to. So if I go to my website again, I can log out, and then I'll come in as Busara. I think I have info at Busara Global. Then, okay. Yeah, so again, that is the dashboard of Busara, assuming Busara wants to put in an emerging evidence. It may be a repeat, but we can remove this later on. I'm just using it for the sake of demonstrating. So in this case, if the partners organize the work like that, it's just a matter of copying. So I copy and paste the article title. Okay. Then again, I come and copy. I can copy. I already have Busara Center for Behavioral Economics, and then I can come and take the introduction that is there. Take the introduction. Okay. I paste it. The objectives. Come and take the objectives. I paste it and come and take the methods. So structuring your work like this is very important because it reduces the amount of time that you spend here. The methods, and then I have the results. Okay, I have the results. Then I come here and I have a conclusion. Then I come and paste it here. This is a story about community engagement and social school milk programs improve child nutrition in Kenya. So it's a story talking about school feeding. school feeding program. Feeding program. I can add that keyword. It's talking about children. I can add that. It's talking about nutrition. I can add that. So I have those three. And sometimes you have this story as part of your report. So you have a URL to it. Yeah, so if you have a URL to it, you can add that URL and then you publish. Again, once I publish, once I publish, I'll be told whether it's successful or otherwise. I think I think this one I'd printed it, I'd put it already. So maybe let me just put version 2 to ensure that it is different. So yeah, so it's added, and I can see there it's added, but it's pending approval. So again, if I come in as an admin with administrative rights to approve, then I can be able to approve it. Yeah, so I come in as in wiki management. I'll be able to see as an administrator that there's a new emerging evidence to approve. Once I approve it, it is approved, and it automatically goes to the platform as one of the things. So you can see the emerging evidence have increased. And if I come to emerging evidence now, you see the version 2. The version 2 has been added there. And if I open it up, I now see my emerging evidence has been put there. So in this platform, we are trying as much as possible to keep it as simple as possible, to keep it as intuitive as possible, to ensure that the turnaround time between writing an article, posting something, and it going to the community is very quick. I just want to show one final thing. How do I add a tweet posting onto this particular platform? How do I add a tweet posting onto this particular platform? So I'll just go to Twitter, and maybe on Twitter, I'm looking for AMCA Africa. I'm looking for postings by AMCA Africa, and I think AMCA Africa, let's build a strong community. It was AMCA Africa Justice Initiative. Okay. So I've gone to this. I'd already put this one here. I'm just trying. I'll look for something. Yeah, so for example, I want to put this up. Many children are taken from villages to cities like Nairobi with false promise of better life. So I want to post this as one of the social media postings. So I'll post it. In this case, I'm assuming the role of AMCA, and I want to post it on their platform. So when I go to the platform again, I go to the platform, I can just log out. I'm logging out what was there. I can now sign in as AMCA. Info AMCA Africa. So I've signed in, and I come to a new tweet, and this is what I do. For any tweet that is posted, there's normally an ID to that tweet. So there's x.com and then AMCA status, and then there's a number here that speaks about the ID of that particular post. So that is critical. I'm not putting the entire URL, but I'm just picking the tweet ID. So once I pick that tweet ID, I copy the tweet ID, I come to my page, and I'm putting that ID. The next question it will ask me, this tweet, is it happening at a particular place or not, right? Is it happening at a particular place or not? From my reading of that tweet, it's generally talking about children in Kenya. It's giving examples of how they move to Nairobi and stuff. So it's not embedded anywhere. It's not embedded on a particular location. It's a general tweet. So once I've done that, I can be able to embed. And this one does not need an administrator. This one automatically goes. So it tells me I've already added that tweet. Now, if I come to the platform, you'll notice that that tweet is added already as the first tweet that people see. The tweet is already here, and people can see it when they look at this particular platform. Okay. So I know it's been a quick run. If I'm missing anything, Kitavi, I don't know whether you can speak. Kitavi is my colleague at Jobs Research that we've been working with. So if I'm missing anything, then you can re-emphasize it. Otherwise, it goes back to Tony. Tony, you can come in for a brief break and also to now address any questions that may be coming from the partners. Thank you. Tony, can you hear me?
Thank you so much, Dr. for that wonderful. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. So thank you so much, Dr. Olo, for taking us through this system. This has been a wonderful presentation. I know we may have a series of questions. Please, as we prepare our questions, I will start with one of my own. In the beginning of your presentation, we had the area where we, as the partner on boards, they choose a thematic area. The question I have is, what if the partner has different, or rather multiple thematic areas? What happens with that? Or rather, can we tweak the system for it to pick up multiple thematic areas? Please, let's, as Dr. Lowe prepares to answer that, let's raise our hands. We can unmute and ask the question. Dr.
Yeah, maybe I can answer that as it, I think some questions are being written. So Anthony, you just help me so that if any question is written on the platform, I can be able to share. So in terms of the logic behind this was, especially for those statistics, we wanted to have what are the main thematic areas that a partner is focused on. So at the moment, the implementation is that a partner indicates the main thematic area that they're focused on. But it is definitely possible to tweak it by maybe adding another question that asks about the secondary thematic focus areas. Then those can also be added so that we don't just have the primary focus areas, but we also have the secondary focus areas. So that can be tweaked and added onto the platform. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. I open it up to anyone who has a question. Kindly raise up your hand. Raise your hand and you can unmute and ask your question. I see we have a question from.
Hi. Yes, hi. This is okay. Hi, this is Rushikesh, working with Busara for some time. I just had a quick question about whether you think this platform can be used for data sharing between different organizations, so that different organizations can leverage each other's data collection, research, and further produce evidence.
I can briefly answer, but then Sami can also add on to it. Ideally, that is the vision that we had. So for today, we showed the emerging evidence and the wikis and our statistics. In future, we are thinking of even having another component of our data or data And this then can become this then will be that interface where a partner can share structured data in a particular form with the proper metadata, so that other partners interested in accessing this data and in using this data can then know that the data is available, can have very clear metadata, and also the rights to use and acknowledgements for this data, so that it becomes, like you said, a data sharing platform. The link here says share, learn, and local wisdom. So sharing data is one of the visions that we also have for this platform. Sami or Anthony or Stanley can also be able to add on to that. Thanks.
Hi, Dr. I think you put it very well. And we are very open to also other, input on how else can we maximize on this tool. At this stage, what we're very conscious about is that we've not had a very good way in which, a lot of the other information that we share doesn't get into what I'll call a systematic or a classical evidence production. And that's what we want to harness. But for sure, we'll want to see how we can move this further into informing more collaborative research and actions. Thank you.
Allow me to add a bit on it. I know some time back we looked at what percentage of African research is out there published. And one of the reasons we were coming up with this platform is so that we can harness each other's research. Most of the time we do research and it almost is under the pillion. Now, none of your colleagues can access that. It becomes hard for me to even know that Busara did a research on food systems, a year ago. And so having such a platform and breaking it down to thematic areas then allows us to be able to see that in the past month, this is the research that we have. In the past year, this is the thing that is emerging. In the past 5 years, this is where we need to focus our efforts on. And like we are saying, this is not just in Kenya, but we are looking at having partners from across the continent so that we can see what is happening in South Africa. I've seen a tweet on the tweets talking about children in South Africa. So if we can know in real time, as a partner posts on Twitter, posts a blog, we know in real time that this is happening in a particular place of the country, then we change the narrative that only 2% of African research gets out there. I welcome any other questions, colleagues. Stanley has posted the link to the platform. Please feel free to also interact with it. I know once you interact, you may have other questions to ask.
And Anthony, allow me chip in. Even as we think of asking questions, this is also an opportunity maybe to tell us what we can improve on. So if you feel like during the presentation we missed something, then you are also allowed to feel free and help us think. Thank you.
Anthony, there's a question that has been asked on the chat. Why should someone become a partner? Again, I can try. So why should you become a partner? One is because you are becoming part of this network of partners in Africa who are creating evidence, creating insights, creating lessons. So it's not just a platform for you to learn what others are doing, but a platform also for you to share your insights in a way that is structured, in a way that is simple. And I think that the most important thing is that ultimately these partnerships becomes something that is good enough to improve the objectives that we are working on in Africa. So it's not just sharing knowledge and sharing knowledge and gaining insights, but also building a strong network that can then work on and sustainably achieve the objectives of the thematic areas that we are working on. Again, Stanley or Anthony or Sami can also be able to add to that.
Yes, Daktari, I agree. Even as much as we share our work, I think this is another good platform where we increase our visibility, even for funding opportunities. Because now we have a pool of even donors using the platforms. So they could be able to tell what you are doing, and perhaps if they have interest, they would now want to collaborate with you. Thanks.
Well, looks like Dr. Law has
Thank you so much, Stanley and Dr. Law.
Oh, go ahead, Tony. No, I was just saying, Dr. Law being a teacher, he's definitely delivered very well. And we'll have this available on our YouTube link, the training, so that you can easily refresh and be able to get this. So we really look forward to as many of you, being able to make visible what you are doing. I think the more opportunities you have for that, and knowing that this is a very targeted platform, we expect more users from the academia, from funders, governments to come here. So let's make visible what we're doing and contribute to shaping the agenda. I think it's really been done very well. Thank you, Dr. Law. Congratulations to the team.
Thank you, colleagues. Please feel free to chat, ask your question on the chat, raise your hand. I will chime in on the previous question. I think for me, the benefit we get from this is number one, visibility in terms of just as a continent being able to see the work that we're doing and getting to know that this particular partner is doing this, this other partner is doing this. It creates a better avenue for collaboration because you get to know partners, not just in Kenya, but again, across the continent who are doing different things. You can collaborate in research. You can understand how the research differs from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Cameroon, and also just gives funders a platform to come and see. We are looking for someone who's doing mental health. And so particularly in Murang'a, Kenya, and here is a partner. And they don't have to do a lot of groundwork. They can actually just come on the platform and text you from there. And yes. So any other question, colleagues? I see the questions have slowed down. Again, I want to thank everyone for making it to this launch and as local organizations. And like my colleague was saying, this is an opportunity for us to shape the conversation, the priority, how money is allocated to different things, because being at the grassroots level, then we're able to know whether malnutrition is the problem or should we focus on mental health with there. So let's keep up the good job. I know we had partners who had been onboarded, like Busara. We will work to, of course, get in the right details from you. We took a bit of your details just for the training purpose. And so we'll do this for free. I want to confirm that joining is free. Let us come in as many partners here. I see my colleague Sam.
No, I was just saying your internet is breaking, but yeah, we've had you. I think it's good.
Perfect.
Well, Anthony, I'm sure people can also send in any queries via the email address in the platform, admin@Institute Child Studies. Otherwise, we've done about 1 hour. I think it's a good time. And if there are no questions, you can go ahead and give us a closure. But from our side, I want to say thank you very, very much. And we look forward to a very enriching partnership so that our children can be better. Great.
Asante sana. Thank you everyone for coming in. We'll take this opportunity to appreciate everyone. You can send in your questions to the email we've provided on the chat. Please, we welcome suggestions on how to better this platform. Of course, as we started, this is going to change a lot so that you can incorporate your views and just make this a platform where everyone feels part of. And yes, let's change the narrative. So thank you everyone for attending. I officially call an end to this meeting unless anyone has any other thing to say. Asanteni sana, everyone.
Thank you. I see Honorable Ann Musiwa is in. Ann Karibu from the Committee of Experts.
Thank you very much for acknowledging it. It was a good presentation. I joined halfway through. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anne. We hope the African Union, the Committee of Experts on Children will use this as a resource also. So we're glad that you have interest in this. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. We'll keep in touch.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
everyone. Bye-bye.